Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to propose Don John for the award of Honorary Degree of Doctor of Arts. Don John is a key player in race relations and community cohesion in this city, and he's been involved in numerous organisations during his career. We're really lucky to be able to count Don as one of those connections here at Solent, and I'm particularly proud today to be able to propose the School of Art, Design and Fashion as his academic home. Don has created a multitude of opportunities for the School of Art, Design and Fashion for many, many years now. He creates an annual project launch based on subjects relating to Black History Month events, and he's been providing those opportunities, to my knowledge, since 2006. And this always involves a wide range of challenges and opportunities and really amazing projects for a whole range of courses and for a whole range of different students as well. Don's also been involved with the music and film departments within the university, also creating collaborations between the university and the community, which is related in music events and short films. In 2018, Don worked with the illustration department, of which I was then the course leader, oh no, it wasn't for this one actually. I'll take the credit anyway. Let's pretend I was. He provided them with the incredible large-scale commission of designing a mural to celebrate the Windrush generation, the first mural of its kind in this city. This billboard-sized mural was successfully completed, I'm glad to say, and is now installed on the front of St. Mary's Fire Station, where it was unveiled at the launch of Black History Month 2018, last year, and was used by the BBC and all kinds of other institutions as promotional imagery. Don's been instrumental in the development of a very important community-centred exhibition at Southampton's Solent Showcase Gallery, which was called Black to the Future, an exploration of the arts through a Black cultural lens. Don was the main sounding board advisor and collaborator on this exhibition. He helped advisors on the nature of the exhibition, what events we could organise, discussed which artists to select, and took a leading role in a discussion panel event which was called What is Afrofuturism? He was fundamental in the success of that exhibition, and he's already agreed to be fully involved, and I hope he's going to acknowledge this today in front of all these witnesses. He's already fully agreed to be involved in the ambitious application for funding to develop a citywide Afrofuturism-related cultural event for 2020-21. So based on his integrity, his enthusiasm, his knowledge, and his generosity of spirit, I'd like to conclude this citation by asking for the conferment of the award of Honorary Doctor of Arts on Don John.
Wow. Good afternoon. Firstly, thank you very much, Peter, and thank you, big congratulations to all the people who got their sort of graduations today. I'm humbled and grateful for this recognition, and I thank Solent University for bestowing this honour upon me. The arts has always had a special place in my life and has proven to be a significant factor in the works I've been involved in over the years. A bit of context. I started my working life on the mean streets of Whitehall in Westminster as the only black person at that time in a place called Her Majesty's Treasury. As a young man, this gave me a unique insight into how power was wielded and how decisions made in the higher echelons of big organisations impacted on the lives of ordinary people, and how the sometimes random logic of policies and practices affected those on the margins of our society. The issue of race and civil rights were high on the world political agenda in the 60s and the 70s. And my exposure to the literature of people like Angela Davis, Bobby Seale, Frantz Fanon, Alex Haley, and others made me start to consider the condition of black people in the UK, and my next journey began. I guess recognizing and confronting race inequality has been and still is my life's work, and that's who I am. A mission that has been both rewarding and in some parts disappointing. For a brief moment in time, it looked like things were getting better, and I would like to think that the work I've been involved in has played some small part in taking us to a place where some of those inequalities have been diminished. My work with Southampton Council for Racial Equality and Southampton City Council have been two significant vehicles that have provided me a means to address these issues head on and to hopefully carry some people with me in an attempt to help to create a society where, to quote a certain person, where people are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Unfortunately, this allegedly post-racial society was clearly not as post-racial as we had thought, and we have some ways to go before we can see that mission accomplished. In these days, we now live in a society where the world is lurching, sadly, uncomfortably to the right, and where national and world events such as 9/11, 7/7, the war on terror, the refugee crisis and Brexit have challenged our will to confront racism with the vigor that is required. In fact, a report only came out a few days ago that declared there are elements of racism in all universities in the UK, and I hope that my association with Solent can help in this work. Places of learning have a special responsibility in creating a climate where everyone feels comfortable. Universities in the UK have some of the most sophisticated research communities in the world, and I, for one, would like to see universities take a much more central role in helping communities to preserve their histories and using the vast intellect, yes, the vast intellect here contained to support the pursuance of equality objectives in our own backyard. I guess my work as the founder of Black History Month in Southampton made me realize even more that Black history has played and continues to play an important part in Southampton history, and I look forward to a time when they are one and the same thing. I've been a little disappointed that a city we've underplayed the role of diverse ethnic communities in making Southampton what it is today, and the history goes as far back as the 16th century. I would like to think that when people from other parts of the country, and indeed other parts of the world, think of Southampton, that they see it in all its multiracial and multicultural splendor. Nonetheless, I'm an optimist, despite being involved in race relations for over 40 years. Academic institutions like this fine university is providing more opportunities for us all individually and collectively to not only address issues of race and diversity, but to develop imaginative ways to create an environment that is a celebration of our individuality and our commonality. So a big thank you to all those I've worked with, like Peter and many others in many departments across the university, and of course to my family who have helped me along the way, and they're somewhere over there. Universities are in a unique position to not only be the holders of truths, but to be custodians of the city's heritage by helping the city to recognize its true wealth lies in the diversity of its peoples, and it is by airing and sharing of those differences that we grow. Universities should be our conscience, and I hope that I can continue to still be a part of that. So thank you so much for this honor, and thank you all for listening to me. Thank you.